How you doing today, folks? Welcome to the Whole Barrel of Apples, where we show you farming life and what we do in the summertime, wintertime, all the time. Today we're pruning blueberries. Blueberries are a lot like peaches. They grow on old wood. They grow on last year's wood. So you're looking for nice, green wood, not this old crunchy stuff that just breaks. And blueberries, the more that you have branching, the smaller the berries are going to be. So if you have a lot of branching like this, even though there's a lot of buds there, they are not going to make big blueberries. You basically want blueberry shoots that come straight up and have buds at the top. Those will give you the biggest blueberries. If you look down at the bottom of the bush where it comes out of the crown, you only want probably 10 to 15 canes. This here is a cane, the whole thing. You only want 2 new ones a year. So over 5 or 6 years, you'll rotate them all out. If they get probably 1.5 inches, cut them out, because all that does is start to slow down the bush and you won't get as many canes growing up fresh, and the new canes grow the biggest blueberries. So we'll start here. You want to cut, when you cut these, you want to cut them right down into the crown. The crown is just below the dirt level, so you want to cut under the dirt a little bit. You end up getting very dull clippers doing this, but that's where you have to do it. The other thing you want for healthy bushes, you want a nice open canopy. If you leave all of this, it'll become very thick and it won't be open, and then your blueberries will rot on you and you get all kinds of disease. So especially if you don't feel like spraying any fungicides on or anything, definitely make sure you open your bushes up. If you don't cut them down at the crown, if you cut them up higher, the bush will just continually get higher. See, so it looks like we're cutting off a lot of blueberries here because they're all nice berries. But if you don't cut off those big sticks, you won't get anything coming up next year. So what we try to do is cut out 1 or 2 of that size bush. So now we'll come along and cut out any of the canes that are going to stick out past the wire into the lawnmower when we drive by to mow the bushes. These here are really good, quick growing bushes, so they grow a lot of stuff from the ground up. Any of these things here that fork out, branch out, down low, you don't want any of them, because the whole joy of blueberries is you can stand up and pick them. If they branch out down there, they'll make blueberries almost on top of the ground. And these are not low bush blueberries, so we don't want them down there. And the whole idea of pruning, whether it be apples or peaches or blueberries, is to keep the plant healthy and rejuvenating itself. Blueberries do grow on last year's wood, so you need a lot of new growth, because if you're not getting new growth, you won't get good quality berries. Like anything, you get tempted to leave it because everything looks good for 1 year. But farming is not usually a 1-year deal. It's an annual thing that you have to keep thinking way down the road. We've had these before where we haven't pruned them as much, especially when they were young, trying to get started and get some production to help defer the costs of putting in the wire and the netting and the bushes. And then what we found out is, probably about 4 years down the road, we had to cut out major parts of the bush to get any kind of production at all. And then we lost 2 years waiting for the bushes to grow back. So that didn't work out really well. It's much better to maintain everything on a yearly basis. Do the job correctly every year, and you'll end up with a more consistent product. That looks pretty good for the bottom. We don't have much branching out, too low. We have these wires in here. Can you focus on that, Aim? We have these wires in here because this variety gets really tall and likes to fall over. And then we can't drive through here. People can't walk through here to pick them. So we kind of use that as a guide for where we like branching. We want everything to branch out above the wire. Now when you get into the top of the bush, you have bushes like this that branch out a lot. You have a lot of little branches, and they have a lot of buds on them. And then you have bigger branches like this that doesn't look like you have as many buds at the top compared to this that has all the branching, but these will actually be bigger clumps. Some of these berries will only hold 2 or 3, a stick like this will only have 2 or 3 berries per blossom. These on this nice healthy wood will probably have more like 10 or 12. So though you have less blossoms, you're actually going to get more berries. And these berries are going to be a lot bigger. And when you're picking in pints, you sell blueberries by the pint, so you'll get more pints with this kind of wood, which means more saleable blueberries. If on your home blueberry bushes you like a lot of small blueberries, then leave a lot of small wood. Open up your middle so you cut down on your disease. The more airflow you get, the less disease you'll get. You won't get as many bugs either if you keep your bushes nice and open and keep the ground underneath them free of weeds. We use wood chips. Yeah, these haven't been mulched for a couple years, so we're gonna mulch them this year. We tried to do that in the fall, but this fall was so wet that we had to wait till the spring, so we didn't make ruts in the field. And then when you get down to your minimum that you want here, then you move up into the bush, and if you have any of this dead stuff that you see, cut out all the brown, small branched pieces. Open it up to where you have mostly good green wood. If you have good green wood in it, you'll have good blueberries. Blueberry season usually starts just after the 4th of July. As you go into the season, the earlier berries are usually just a little smaller, and then the later berries get bigger just because they have a better growing season. It's warmer in the spring for them. They develop a little later, so you get better sized berries. But if you wait till mid-August to pick your own blueberries, you'll probably miss out the best ones. That bush doesn't look too bad. A couple more pieces over here. that's about it. It's not too bad. We didn't have much winter kill this year. A couple winters ago, we had it where during the winter, it killed off the actual branch tissue. That made it really hard pruning because we had very few good buds. But this winter was mild. It looks really good. So I think we'll have a lot of nice blueberries this year. I thank you for watching these videos. We ask that you subscribe, push the like button. We thank you for watching the whole barrel of apples, and we hope you come and see us. Thank you.